Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. We do want to say good evening, happy Monday, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad to be here with you guys on a Monday. Actually, is this the first Monday of fall 2021? This is the first Monday. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, oh, absolutely. So very good. The first Monday of fall 2021. I have another great show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure this evening. There's been so much to talk about in news and gossip and entertainment. One of the biggest ways that we've all been networking recently, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp app all went out today, so we'll talk about that. Let's talk about what's coming up on the show this evening. Tonight is dedicated to lights, camera, action. Tonight we'll be talking to people from all walks of life in the television and movie industry. Everything from first-time film producers to me actually having a cameo role in a movie this weekend, to actually talking to two teen child stars who are now very productive adults, and they are still working in the entertainment industry, but they believe in living a very clean and wholesome life. So we'll talk to these two amazing young men who became famous at the age of 4, I think is what I read in the bio. You guys know our co-host, Kay Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. What's up, Kay Renee? How are you this evening?
Oh, I am good. Happy Monday to all. Good evening. And it's dark now because by this
Yes,
time next month, time is going back. So
yes,
get
yes,
ready, y'all.
absolutely. We're going back to darkness at 5 p.m. in the evening.
Mm,
And that's that darkness that I'm like, oh no, that means it's winter time. Winter is here. So you're
mm-hmm.
right. You're right. We'll have to talk next week about some things people can do to get themselves together, their homes, timers on lights, things like that. So we'll talk about all of that next week. Yep. Very good. Well, Kay Renee, there is so much we need to talk about this evening. First of all, how are you? How was your weekend? Are you still celebrating? Look, I'm so happy the balloons are still standing. I
Yes,
look,
they
yes, the balloons
are.
are. Oh my God! Look, I can't believe how great the dollar store Marlar is. No, but
Wait,
I
we need to
guess
talk
that's why
about the
they're going
dollar
up. Right,
store.
right. I
Don't
guess
we
that's why
need?
they're going up.
But wait, we need to talk about dollar store because dollar store is no more. We can talk about that a little bit in a minute. But
Absolutely.
yes, yes, they're holding up. But I was a little bit under the weather.
Oh no.
My back was a little bothering me, and I was just kind of moving about this weekend. So I've been resting. As I told you in the green room, I'm gonna need a 6'2" chocolate or caramel male masseuse, and he has to come highly recommended because I'm gonna need some TLC in this back. That's all I got to say.
Well, now, okay, I do have some questions here, ma'am. You need a
Yes,
masseuse. You need a masseuse,
masseuse,
is what you're asking
male,
for.
male masseuse.
Male masseuse. So,
Mm-hmm.
so is there a difference or a preference between a male and a female masseuse? I'm just curious to know because I know my preference.
Well, I mean, nothing wrong with my female counterparts. In fact, whenever I've gotten a massage, it's always been a male. But let me tell you, when I went to Vegas in August, I had a male masseuse, and he was out of this world. He had great hands, and when even though I'm a woman of a certain age, and I've had some dates in my life, and there have been a few, and I say very few, Mr. Chat Daddy, that have been
Uh-huh.
able to use their hands in a very productive manner when I need a massage.
Amen.
So,
Amen. Look, amen. I'm not disagreeing. Look, I'm gonna sip a little tea with you on that because I do agree with you on that. I just was curious to know, and I wasn't trying to pick on you. I was
oh,
curious to know the preference between a female masseuse and a male masseuse because, really, to be honest with you, I've had both.
okay.
I know a woman who's no bigger than this that will probably put you in a sleeper for at least a week. That's how great she is.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also know a man that he is a great masseuse, but he's not that 6'3", all of that. And he's excellent as well, too, because I do love a great massage. I
I
love being
do.
massaged.
I do too. And as I said, there have been men that I've dated in the past, two, two, that have had great hands, and they
Okay.
use it to massage this temple. And
Yes,
that
yes.
was one of the good traits they had. But
Amen.
we don't talk anymore, so I don't want to bring that back. But
Well, it
I'm
sounds
looking
like you
for.
trying to find it back because that's what I was trying to get to. I said, well, he had to be 6'3" or 6'2", and he got to
And
be
they were
calm.
and they were 6'2" and up. So
Well, ma'am, it sounds like you need a little something other than a masseuse. That's all I'm gonna say. And meanwhile, no one won the Powerball. What a great segue. See there? No one won the Powerball. Let's get started with tonight's news. I love you for that.
yes,
After
because I already
40,
played our numbers. I already
did
played
you?
them. Yes, I
Okay,
did.
okay. All right. So listen.
So
After 40 drawings without a big
yes.
Powerball winner, maybe tonight's 41st attempt might be a little bit differently. Thanks to nearly 4 months, this pot has been building up. It is now worth $685 million, making it the eighth largest in the U.S. history. No one has won the game prize since June 5th. Now, here's the deal. There are people who did win the last time they drew. It just was not the big numbers.
Right.
Lottery officials are quick to note that no one single person won the jackpot, but plenty of people have won smaller prizes, and the smaller prizes, get this now, 2.8 million players in Saturday's drawing alone hit the jackpot. The winnings ranged anywhere from 1 million to $4 million. So keep
What?
in mind, yes, 2.8 million players in Saturday's drawing alone won between 1 million and $4 million. And guess what? I take either and or.
Amen to
Either
that.
and or. I tell you,
Mm-hmm.
understand me? I would. I take so, but yes, they did. Isn't that amazing how 2.8 million people became millionaires? I mean, if you weren't a millionaire already and won that $1 million, you technically would be a millionaire. Isn't that interesting?
And even then, I know what I would still do.
What?
That wouldn't change nothing. But of course, to win the big one,
Yes.
you would be contacted.
Yes.
We may have to sweep you away somewhere because
Yes.
once all the dust is settled, then the announcement would be made, and then all our wonderful and faithful viewers, as I said, and I'm putting it on, making a promise, you would get something from me if I won $685 million. I guarantee you that.
Okay. All right. Well, that's very noble of you. First of all, let me explain to everybody. We're still experiencing issues with the whole Facebook outage. Some
We are.
people are not able to see us because the algorithms have not synced back up yet. So we're not going to have a live show tomorrow evening. This show will be rebroadcast tomorrow evening. We have some incredible guests tonight. We have some opportunities for people that want to get into the film industry and talk to people who have been a part of it. So we'll be rebroadcasting this show tomorrow night at 7 o'clock to make up for the loss in social media viewing this evening. All right. So I'm sorry. Let's get back to this winning. So you're going to give these people some of your winnings.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay. You didn't say that. You
I
didn't say
already
that.
know the amount, and so
Okay.
it would be nice. It ain't gonna be no $2. I tell you that now. If I win
Okay.
$685 million with a cash payout of $400 million, yes. But
Okay.
I'll tell you this, as I said, you, big brother, and I will be probably gone somewhere in an undisclosed location,
Okay.
and then we will come back probably in a couple days, maybe a week.
No,
Cause
no, no.
no,
I'm good. I'm good.
okay.
I'm good. Oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm
So
so good. Yeah.
wait a minute. If I won this 600, let me be clear. So you're telling me if I won this $685 million, and I take the cash payout, which I will do, and I
Yeah.
let you know,
Right.
there will be no real chat daddy. Is that what you're telling me?
No. Chad
Oh,
Daddy, but me personally, oh, I'd be out. Chad
oh,
Daddy will
okay.
come back. He'll come back in some form.
Oh, okay. All
No,
right,
no,
all
no,
right.
no, no. Art Sims would be out. Chad
Okay, I
Daddy,
got you.
on the other hand, he would be gone for a minute, but he would always come back and continue and do what he needs to
That,
do. How
that's all
about
I
that?
need to know.
Okay. All
That's all
right.
I need to
Lord,
know.
you just scared me.
Don't
Speaking
scare me.
right. No. Speaking of Chat Daddy, I want to say thank you so much to everyone over at Daytime Chicago. This past Friday, I had a wonderful
Oh,
time. I did. It was wonderful hanging out with Tanya Francisco and Amy Rutledge, the co-host of the show or the host of the show. They both are just wonderful. We talked about developing your social skills
Mm-hmm.
post-COVID pandemic and how to get back out there. Should you wear a mask, not wear a mask? Are you dealing with somebody that's been vaccinated, not vaccinated? All of that. And I had a wonderful time being their lifestyle expert on Friday. And I just want to thank them so very much. It was really a lot of fun. And thank you to my good friend, Miss Sharon Rowe. Sharon Rowe has become my running buddy now. She bought herself a beautiful Maserati for her 50th birthday gift. And yes, honey. And I get to drive the Maserati. I get to drive the Roti, baby. Yeah.
All
So
right
thank you, Sharon.
now.
I
All
appreciate
right
you.
now.
Yes,
Well, no,
absolutely.
you did a wonderful job, Fred. I was so proud. I said, "There's my big brother doing the do," and you were just so clear, just really engaging. So, congrats again.
It was good. It was wonderful. I love talking about things like that, that people really wonder, what should we do? How do we do this? And it was, it was really good. And I appreciate the opportunity and hope to get back and do some more lifestyle things like that.
Because you talk about COVID. I don't know if you're going to do the numbers tonight, but we've reached an unfortunate grim milestone now.
Yes.
Over
Yes.
700,000 fatalities in the U.S.
Isn't that
That
horrible?
is really sad. And
Hmm.
so we still need to. We will talk about it on this show. Wear that mask.
That's
If
right.
you're not vaccinated, you make the choice not to be vaccinated. But if
Right.
you're not going to be vaccinated, you've got to wear the mask.
That's right. And hygiene. Stay clean, stay all
Stay
of that.
clean. That's right.
The funniest thing is I have a sanitizing station at my door and I've never moved the sanitizing station. It stays right there. If you have the wherewithal or want to come in, clean your hands, wipe your hands, do
Hmm.
whatever, you just came in and out of a hallway, just all of that. So, I still do the right things to still practice good hygiene when it comes to this pandemic.
Amen.
All right, very good. Well, what else do you have in the news tonight before we go into? Well, let's actually go into our COVID numbers real quick.
Okay.
Illinois public health officials reported 1,687 COVID-19 patients that were hospitalized throughout the state of Illinois. 200, no, I take that back. 412 of whom are in intensive care. Uh, we're now looking at 10.9% fewer COVID-19 patients in the hospital than a week ago. So it is showing that we are on a decline now with these COVID cases. Over the weekend, this is a cumulative number, there were a total of 7,139 new cases. That was from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And, today is a different thing. And there were 59 more deaths. But it is being reported that we are seeing a downtrend in our COVID cases, and rumor has it that we might be coming out of the mask soon. I'm still going to wear my mask. I am. I am. Uh,
Where is that saying we're gonna wear the mask until when,
to
Chad Daddy?
Juvember of 2025.
There you
Juvember of
go. So
2025. Let's put it.
that's when I'll stop wearing the mask.
Yes.
There you
Yes.
go.
Absolutely. Okay. Very good. What
And
you got for us tonight?
we were talking about Facebook and this shenanigans. Well, for those who have been watching the news, for those who saw 60 Minutes last night, there
Incredible.
is a whistleblower that has come forth that has talked about Facebook. And she's just not any whistleblower. She worked for the company, and before she left Facebook, she took thousands of pages. And basically, let me just give you the tea, because this is true tea. This whistleblower, Frances Haugen, worked as a product manager on Facebook's civic misinformation team during and after the 2020 election. She mentioned that she was truly disturbed by several actions taken from Facebook during that time, that she leaked tens of thousands of pages of internal research to lawmakers, regulators, and the Wall Street Journal. A
And what
series of
happened?
stories called the Facebook Files. Basically, these files contain showing that Facebook was lying to the public
Oh, I believe it.
about making significant progress against hate,
I believe it.
violence, and misinformation.
I believe it. I believe all of that. I do. Facebook is a strange territory. As much as people fight, on Facebook, and people don't want to be on Facebook. Facebook has really changed the entire world in which we live in. This outage
Yes.
today affected a lot of people. So
Yes, it
now
did.
this whistleblower, she's a sitting duck right now, Kay Renee.
Well, not only that, but see, it gets better because she's about to testify with Congress this week about this. So we talked about this briefly in the green room. She's going to have 24-hour security. Her life will never be the same. If hopefully if she did this right before she became public, that she's protecting her family. If she's married, have children, because now what she has done,
Right,
it's affecting truly the bottom line. Because I know if you've invested stock in Facebook, the
right.
stock price went down today,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
it's going to be unstable for some time now.
Yeah.
So what she's saying, it's people don't understand. They're like, "Oh, I want to be a whistleblower." You don't know the ramifications of once you truly let loose on a company, because their branding is important. You think about the golden arches. When you see the golden arches, you know who it is. When you see the swoosh, you know what that is. So if a company is being inappropriate in how they do conduct their business, they will do anything and everything to
Mhm.
protect their brand.
Oh, absolutely. As dirty as they want to be about a lot of
Exactly.
different things. Oh, it's true. It's true. So this is interesting because, the funniest thing is I get up very early in the morning and put all of the information out about the show,
Mm-hmm.
all of that. So I beat all of that today. When the outage happened, I personally thought it was my iPhone not acting right. My phone has been acting slow lately. Not when it's time they want you to get a new phone, how these phones start acting and tripping. So I didn't think anything about Facebook today. And then I was out, I had some things to do. I looked at my phone and I said, man, this person's post has been sitting here all day. I done read it 10 times. Then I went to Instagram and it was nothing on Instagram. And I said, oh boy. And then that's when I heard the news that, it would be out, and it's been out over 6 hours. There are several people who have sent me messages now. This show is not streaming right now on some of the pages.
I
So that's
believe
why
it.
we're going to rebroadcast this show tomorrow evening. Right. And now people are
Absolutely.
just seeing us. People are just seeing us. Yeah,
Wow.
look, that's what everybody said. Look, everybody like, hey, they just now are catching up with us. Yeah,
Wow. Well, we
yeah,
welcome you, and we
right.
know it's gonna be it's gonna be an interesting bump. But
Oh,
it
this is
depends
about
what you
your
need.
massage. It depends on your need as far as strength goes. Yeah, right. It depends on what she needs. Right. Hey,
I
everybody.
Hey,
Hey,
hey y'all, hey
you guys see,
Candace.
this is what we're trying to tell you guys that our messages are just showing up now. I'm telling you, this is going to be a mess with Facebook. This is going
Heck
to be a
yeah.
mess for a while. This is really because it affects Facebook, Instagram, what's
WhatsApp, yeah,
yeah,
Messenger, what
right.
have you. Thank you, Elric. And
Thank
I
you.
don't need a deep tissue massage because my body is very tender. So I can't have nobody be rubbing. I don't like that either. So he
Right.
he has to
Yeah.
know what he's
Alina,
doing.
Alina thought the same thing too. She said she thought something was wrong with her phone. I never
No.
in a million years thought anything was wrong with the apps because my
Right.
phone has really been acting crazy lately. So
Okay.
that's why no, I didn't. I didn't notice until later this afternoon. And then people were like, there are certain people who send me things all day long via Messenger. And I was
Exactly.
like, man, nobody's bothering me today. Nobody's sending. So yes, so no, that's the deal. All right, what else we got to talk about, my love?
We have a few things to talk about. Did you hear about this? And I sent this to you over the weekend
Uh-huh.
regarding a nurse who was fired because she posted photos of a baby with a birth defect. And I'm going to tell you, this really got me angry
Okay.
because a nurse in Florida, and unfortunately, she was, of African American descent.
Sister girl.
She was fired, as she should have been, because she
Uh-huh.
posted graphic images of a baby with a birth defect in a neonatal intensive care unit. Now,
Uh-uh.
let me tell you something. Because
HIPAA
I
laws.
used to work
Right.
in compliance with a major health care organization, and that happened to me. Not
Right.
pictures, but they revealed private information. You don't do that. That's against HIPAA.
Right, right,
Anytime you reveal a person's medical records, you can go to jail.
right.
So this, when I read this story, and then I saw it was, a young nurse, and I don't want to say her name. I'll be nice, but she was terminated from Miami Jackson Memorial Hospital on last Thursday after a
Lord,
week-long investigation over her sharing photos of a baby. Now,
Lord.
check this out. It wasn't her baby. So why would you do that? Why
Sad,
would you do
sad.
that?
We are so caught up in the social media world nowadays that we don't have any filters. We don't know right from wrong. We think anything and everything is acceptable when in actuality is not. And then I've even had people argue with me, Kay Renee, saying, well, you living in the white man's world. That's the way white men wanted us to do things. I said, wait a minute. I came from black parents and black ancestors that taught me suited and booted, taught me look good, no matter what you're going through, look good, look good. So I'm trying to figure out, when did we lose our moral compass? You know what I'm saying? Like, we do any and everything now. Why would you take a picture of a deformed baby that's not even yours and put it on social media, but you wanted likes, you wanted people to pay attention, you wanted to show what type of work you do, and now you've ruined your career.
But see, here's the thing that she didn't get, apparently, because whenever you apply for a job, you have to sign something that says what? That you will not disclose any confidential
Right,
or
right,
proprietary information. And
right,
especially if you're working in the health and medical field.
right,
You know better. They have probably
absolutely,
another form, knowing that you should know about HIPAA. You have a class on HIPAA compliance. And
right,
then you
right.
do this.
Yeah.
Art, I was livid.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
I
sure.
was livid because it reminded
Yeah.
me of that incident that happened to me. Because I was, when I found out that happened, and the fact y'all keep forgetting, y'all, what's my background, Art?
Audit and compliance.
There you go. So
We
you know
know. We
when
know.
the snit hit the fan, we
Right.
went off like nobody's business.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, we do have some good news where Sister Girl in Florida did the wrong damn thing. We want to congratulate our good friend, Mr. Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace is the first Black person to win the Cup Series since 1963, when NASCAR Hall of Fame driver Wendell Scott led the race then. So Bubba has now been inducted. He is, the man, and we are very proud of Bubba Wallace. Remember, he had the racial issue
Yes, he
at the
did.
racetrack. Bubba came out triumphant, very
Mm-hmm.
victorious, still the only African American man that we know. We proud of Sister Girl that is a part of the pit crew that
Right.
changed tires. So I just know, being a little Black boy, to now see people of color in the NASCAR world is beautiful. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
That makes
Me
it a
too.
well-rounded sports now, or at least trying to be a well-rounded sports.
Now we gotta go to the Kentucky Derby. I need to see black jockeys. I need to see all that. That'll be the next thing. Because if you go to Kentucky Derby with folks wearing their hats, but I want to see some of us, behind the scenes of that. That'll be the next sport.
Girl, I don't
Horse
know if
racing.
we necessarily want to do jockeys. You know what I'm saying?
No.
We've had a history of jockeys. I just remember as a child going down south and people having the little black Sambo lawn jockeys. So
Okay.
I guess I wouldn't mind I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a mental thing that I just don't
Okay.
need to see no black jockeys. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let me see a Black man owning the winning horse.
There you. Well, that I can
Let
deal with
me
that.
right. But
I can deal with that.
the
I
black
agree.
jockey thing, and there are. Oh, see, one of our viewers said there are many black jockeys, which is true. But I
Okay.
just think, right, yeah. But
Okay.
again, she's like me. How about some owners of the horse? I
I
want, right,
agree. I
yeah.
thoroughly agree with that.
I want a whole big hat, mint julep drinking section. I want us all sitting on the TV talking about, come on, horsey, come on, horsey. Right. That's how I want that. The black jockey thing, okay. But and we have
No,
had
you're
and have
absolutely
some black
right.
jockeys, but I would like to see black horse owners. How about that?
Well, it's interesting talk about do-gooders. This first grader person, he wore his mask. I thought that was so cool. His
Now who
mama
is it?
told him, this first grader, His
Right.
last name, ironic. His first name is my last name. Mason Peoples always listens to his mom.
Oh,
This first grader's photo went viral for wearing his mask for his school portrait. Now you know, first day of school you got to take your picture, and now we're still in COVID.
right.
People still wear their mask. His
Yeah.
mother told him to wear his mask, and he continued to wear his mask, even though the photographer had said you can take your mask off. He was like,
Oh,
"No, my mama
oh,
told me to keep my mask on." And
yeah.
check this out, because he wore this mask, he has now been raised over 30,000 for his college fund.
Nice, very nice. That's a warm and fuzzy. Here's the deal. I've enjoyed the period of the mask because
Me
I
too.
have masks that match outfits. I have masks
Yes.
that match my looks, all of that. So I've had no issue with the mask thing. I love it. I felt as if it gave us a whole new persona during this pandemic. You know what I'm saying? So right, and people were very creative with their style of masks and colors and things like. Look, I know ladies that church hat and the mask match with feathers and bows and lace, and so very good. Well, for those of you all that were Video Soul fans back in
Yes.
the mid, actually 80 to the mid
80s.
90s, 80s
Mm-hmm.
to the mid 90s,
Mm-hmm.
as you guys all remember, Mr. Donnie Simpson with the really beautiful
Ooh,
eyes that everybody used to
yes.
love.
Yes.
Remember Fine Sherry Carter? Well, they used to
Mm-hmm.
host Video Soul, which was a 2-hour program that ran on BET, as we said before, from the early 80s to the mid 90s. Well, Donnie took the social media the other day on the 29th to say that Video Soul has officially rebooted. The esteemed radio personality and host tweeted, I've been waiting to say this for 25 years now. Video Soul is back. I can't tell you how many people over the years have suggested that they bring it back. So Video Soul will be live and free on Tubi. Remember, we've had a couple of people
Mm-hmm.
on Tubi. Matter of fact, Ella Joyce has some
Mm-hmm.
shows on Tubi. Yep, she does. And so Video Soul will be coming back. The reboot will highlight timeless R&B acts like Teddy Riley, Casey from Jodeci, Keith Sweat, and it'll also introduce you to some of the younger R&B artists, because that is one of my big questions. Whatever happened to R&B music?
Yes.
Soul music, love music, that
Mm-hmm.
that kind of music. You know what I'm saying?
I
I feel
agree.
all of our music now is a little violent, a little demanding, and a little manipulative.
I
I
agree.
know Teddy Pendergrass, kind of pushed the envelope, but this music nowadays will blow your mind if you really sit down and listen to it.
Amen to that.
Okay, well, also we'll see certain people like the Fugees, Cool Mo D, Young Jock, so they will sprinkle some hip hop in there, but it'll be a trek back down memory lane. So isn't that wonderful?
That is great. And guess what?
What?
You know, this particular actor is very well known, and he's
Who that?
truly going to space.
Yes. Did I hear something about a well, actually the man, was the captain of a spaceship. Who tell everybody, but I'm amazed at his age that he's going to space.
Hello. Okay, y'all. Now let me ask the audience, who is Captain James Kirk? James T. Kirk. What is his real name? Jeopardy
Uh,
question.
ding 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 ding. We have an
Yes.
answer here. Are you ready for it?
Yes. William Shatner.
Yeah.
Yes. All
Ding
right.
ding ding ding
And
ding
William
ding ding.
Shatner is 90. And guess what he's about to do? He about to go to space on Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket.
How cool is that? How cool is that? But I'm like 90. That is incredible.
He does not look 90, y'all. First and
Wow.
foremost, when he does those price commercials, Priceline commercials,
Right.
I'm like, he's how old? 90. Good Lord. But yes,
Okay, now,
Jeff
sweetheart,
Bezos.
let's talk a minute. Them commercials, I bet you are a wee bit old. I bet you they're a wee bit old. I guarantee you, them Priceline commercials are a wee bit old. And then let me give you another little secret. Let me put some more tea in your ear.
Okay.
He has been spray painted probably 3, 4 times to get that look like that.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So I digress. Finish. I'm proud of him going to
Okay.
this moon at 90. At 90. Okay.
Well, again, his Jeff Bezos space travel company, which you all know is called Blue Origin, announced Monday that the 90-year-old Star Trek actor will blast off from West Texas on, get this, October 12th, next week,
Oh my
making
God, that's
him
right
the
around the corner.
old
This next
right,
Tuesday.
making him the oldest
Wow.
member person to travel into space. Now, how about that?
Really? Yeah, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday,
Next
he will be
Tuesday.
going into space. Oh, that's really good, though. It's wonderful. That's interesting to say the least, but that is really, really interesting. But yes, I just had to put that little T out there about him, babe. Them commercials, I'm sure, is old. And I'm telling you, he's been spray painted several times to be able to look that great.
We
Because
got to
I'm
get
sure,
Kaylee Cuoco, who was a part of the Big Bang Theory. That was his sidekick of the
yes.
Priceline commercial. We got to get her on to ask the real tea, because she'll probably
Yeah,
give the real tea.
you know who I want to give a major shout out to is to the legendary Mr. Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga.
Yes.
I've been seeing a lot of stories lately about the fact that she still works with him, and he is suffering with Alzheimer's and memory issues, and sometimes she said the amazing thing is he can sing. He still knows what to do, and his singing.
Yes.
Everything else is a problem, and a lot of times when she come on stage, he doesn't know who she is, and it's just so heartwarming and beautiful that Lady Gaga is spending time with Tony Bennett like that, an icon, a legend, and continuing to work with him is just incredible.
I agree. I agree. And that's one person I've never seen live, but would love to, because I just love Tony Bennett. I mean,
Yes,
he's an American institution.
right. Yes, absolutely. All right. What else you got before our next guest join us this evening?
Well, you sent me a story. Now,
Mhm.
this happened early this summer, but this story about a bachelorette party. They were in Houston. They were staying in a Houston Airbnb, and all their stuff was gone. I mean, this young lady got engaged in 2019 to her longtime friend, but when the pandemic hit, of course, everything shut down.
Right.
So, but she didn't give up a wedding plan, so she decided to postpone the ceremony and have her bachelorette party this summer, right? So she and her 5 friends met in Houston, a Houston Airbnb, to really kick it. Well, guess what happened? They went to a bar, came home, cars were missing, other stuff was missing. And, in reading this article, it seemed like it may have been an inside job.
It had to have been an inside job. First of all, that somebody would know that they're there. From what I read, the police said there was no signs of breaking and
Forced entry,
entering.
right.
I'm wondering what kind of locks did they have on the door? Do they have digital locks? Is it one where somebody may have gone and had a key cut from the last time they stayed there? It's a lot of things you have to look at with these property rentals like that. And really, when you have a high-end rental, you should have cameras on the perimeter of the property so that you at least can see what go on, not inside, but the perimeter of the property, so that you know what is going on around your property, because that's sad. That is really sad.
What's even worse are they took their personal information,
Right.
vaccination card, all that. So can you imagine? Someone's
Yeah.
impersonating them, because this young lady apparently, hopefully, she got married on August the 7th. But, that's just really scary to me. It really
Well,
is.
when I travel, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Most of the time, I have my documents on me. I have
I
my
do too.
vaccination card.
I do
If I'm
too.
carrying my passport is somewhere tucked on my body, not in a
Okay.
bag, but on my body. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just that type of person. Now, if I'm at a hotel or someplace and they have a safe, I'll put things in the safe. But for the
Right.
most part, I don't leave things like that,
Oh, no.
out jewelry. I don't leave any of that out to even tempt anybody to want to take any of these things.
It's funny you mentioned, because I was in Rome, 3 years ago, and that was my first time being there. But you best believe, when I walked around, I had that little pouch and had everything in the kitchen sink with me. Because if I ever go back, I want to make sure whatever I left is
Right.
there when I get back. Because
Yeah.
that's crazy.
All right. Well, with that being said, we want to say good evening and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad to be here with you guys on a beautiful fall Monday, the first Monday of fall 2021. And Kay Renee and I both were laughing earlier in the show saying that time is definitely changing. It is dark outside. Over the summer, we'd be sitting here doing the show trying to block sun and everything. It is dark out. So next week on the show, we'll be talking about things you need to do to prepare your home for old man winter, who is on his way in. I'm sure. I'm very sure. Once we get past Halloween, it pretty much starts going downhill from there. All right.
Amen.
Well, as we said earlier on in the show, tomorrow night this show will rebroadcast due to the outage on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp app. This show is broadcast across several different Facebook pages, and we just found out that a lot of the pages, the algorithms have not caught up yet. We are just getting viewers checking in now who would normally check in with us the moment this show starts on those platforms. So we'll re-air this show tomorrow night out of respect of all of our amazing guests we have this evening. And what we're talking about tonight is lights, camera, action. Well, our first guest is someone who I appreciate her in so many ways. It's not even funny. She called me recently and she said, "Hey, I'm doing a film and I want you in it." And I said, "What?" I said, "Come over here just now. Come now." I'm like, "What? No haircut, just natural me." Okay. This woman has made me a star. Well, ladies and gentlemen, joining us tonight is actress, famed talk show host, educator, theologian, now termed filmmaker. Devorah J. Crable is the president and CEO of Miss D Global LLC, a media service and production company. All I know is she has made me a superstar, and I'm honored to have her here tonight. The one and only Devorah Crable. Hey, darling.
Hi,
Hey,
Miss
yeah,
D.
how are you? How are you?
We're good.
You
How are
are the
you?
superstar. You all are the superstars. And thank you for
Oh.
giving me the backdrop for my next film. We'll have to go down to the racetrack, right?
Yes,
Take
yes,
all of
yes.
those characters in tread and put you all down there. Okay, let's see what
Right.
happens with that.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Well,
Now,
you guys help
and
us out.
Devorah, you'll be the only one that allow me to wear a hat because I don't look good in hats. But if you say, "Kay Renee, I want you to wear a hat," I'll wear a hat for you.
All
Yes.
righty, girl. Well,
Look,
come on down. It'll be a blast. It's a
we are
lot of
gonna
fun.
buy horses and we're gonna have our horses in the Kentucky Derby. That's all I'm gonna say.
Amen. That's
Now
There
they
right.
you
might be
go.
they
You
look, they
know?
might be broke down horses and need new shoes, but we're gonna take our horses and we are gonna win at the Kentucky Derby, and we're gonna be black thoroughbred owners. How about that?
How about
Thoroughbred.
it?
That's the ticket. Thoroughbred. But I can't believe. I'm so glad to hear about Donnie Simpson. Do you know I got my
Yes,
start in radio with Donnie Simpson? I wasn't working his station. I was with WRC in Washington D.C. And the
Wow.
radio FM radio station was right next to the AM, talk radio side. So yeah, he was there. So I'm so glad to hear that he's making his big comeback. That's
yes.
amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we're so glad to have you here with us this evening. We'll have to add you to Hot Topics one night. I think that
Yeah.
we,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I
we would
like
love to
that.
have
Yeah.
you. But we're here tonight to celebrate your the debut of your film Tread, a wonderful 5 minute and 5 second film that is action packed. Somebody like yours truly had a cameo in it that just made my day. I was on cloud nine after seeing it. But you did all of this through a wonderful program. We actually have the executive director of that program. We'll introduce her in just a second. But please tell us about your latest venture.
So, and again, you stole the show. Let's not be modest about that, okay?
Mhm.
Everyone is talking about Chat Daddy in my film. He's making me a superstar.
Oh my
So,
God.
it was just really a ton of fun. I decided to do a narrative film because all my life I've been telling stories through the news lens and doing documentaries and doing talk radio, always telling the story of our life. So I wanted to jump on the other side of that and do the narrative and get a little creative about it. But of course, it is rooted in reality and, of course, truth is always more stranger and interesting than, the fiction that we might come up around with that. But nonetheless, it's a simple story about how frustrating it can be when you work with someone, you want to get a service, and they just blow you off time and time again, don't return the phone calls. And then you get to the point you say, I'm just going to kill him. I'm just going to kill him. What would you do? What would you do if you had the opportunity to kill them?
Ooh,
Boy, you
got me thinking.
Okay.
You got me thinking, Debvorh.
What would you do?
It was almost like she knew what show to come to tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, you know what? Monday night we're gonna go to the serial killer show, right?
No, not the serial killers. No. But it's really fun. Had an all-star lineup, and everyone was absolutely brilliant. I mean, just the cinema angels were just with me the whole time. So not only did I have the great art Chat Daddy Sims, I had Chris Bass of Baseline. Many people know him from his online talk show.
Boom,
Michael Allen Wright, who has started Hit Radio USA. So you got to tune that in. I join him from time to time there as well. Their colleague, Michael, just kind of pulled up on the set. And so we worked him in, and it worked out beautifully. But the other guy that really stole the show was Hersey Mallory.
Yes.
And he's a former NASCAR mechanic, my old mechanic before my car died. And just as circumstances would have it, I couldn't get the location I wanted because people wanted to have insurance. They wanted to charge me and all that kind of fun stuff. I said, look, this is a 5-minute student film. So I called Hersey. I said, Hersey, you work on cars in the alley, don't you? Well, let's see if we can make that work. And it worked out beautifully. I mean, the cicadas were on cue. The dog barked on cue. Everything happened on cue, okay?
It did, yes.
It's unbelievable. And then the star of the show is this drop-dead gorgeous young lady, Nadia Pillay. Her mother is a very dear friend of mine, Soraya Shepherd, who is the founder of Color Me Africa. So she talked her daughter into doing this for me, and she was just absolutely brilliant. The whole cast was just amazing. Yes. So based on their artistry and their creativity, they made it fun, made it interesting, made it memorable, and it all just happened.
Yes, it was wonderful. It was just great. Just to see the finished product. I was so impressed. I went to the Saturday screening and discussion about all of the amazing films that was featured. And we'll talk about this program in just a little bit. But I just was just so taken back. And guess what? She did this entire film on an iPhone.
Absolutely. I did the whole thing on my iPhone. So I even switched services so I could get the latest iPhone. So I have the iPhone Pro Max, and it does well in low light. And so, it was perfect for what I was doing. And I never used any external microphones or anything. I just used a phone itself. And it offered me just extraordinary results. So, when you want to make a film, you don't have to have all that heavy, expensive equipment. But what you do have to have is the skill to tell a story.
That's right.
Anyone can take a good picture, and people do it all day, every day. We see it up on Facebook. But not everyone can tell a story. And that's where this program comes in, because it gives you the skills and the tools and introduces you to the who's who and the what's what in the industry so that you can develop just mastery over that storytelling skill.
Very good. Would you like to introduce our next guest as she joins us in just a second? Introduce her.
Yes, absolutely. I am just deeply honored to be able to present to everyone Margaret Cables. She has been on the front line. Bravo. Bringing filmmakers to the fore on training them, getting them the skills. But more importantly, she's been on the front line making sure that people of color, specifically African Americans, get jobs in this industry. That they're able to, when those big film trucks come in and the big movie industry folks get here, that Black folks are getting those jobs. And guess what? She's been doing this for over 50 years, and it's just now,
wow,
accolades of praise for doing the work that
Wow.
she's been doing for 50 years. So, Margaret Caples, we honor you, we respect you, we revere you, the founder of the Community Film Workshop, and just a gazillion other things. She's got so many hats that she wears.
Well,
And
thank you so much, Debvorh. And
yes,
thank you for participating in the program and for giving me such a great introduction. And thank you, Chat Daddy.
Oh, my
yes,
pleasure.
Let me tell you a little bit about our background. We were
Sure.
founded in 1971 by the New York Community Film Workshop Council of New York. They had established 7 workshops all over the United States, and the Chicago workshop was the very last one. And our mission was to get, at that time, minorities, that was Latino, Black, Native Americans, and Hispanics, into the film industry. So we started this boot camp. My husband was the executive director, and it was hands-on 16 millimeter film, because at that time film was used in the industry and at the television stations. So the students made 2 films, two short films, and and they worked on each other's films. So they learned all the skills on how to make a film, and we got them internships after they successfully completed the program. We got them internships, and we had electronic news gathering programs where most everybody that graduated went right into a job at a television station across the nation. So my husband, Jim, was a still photographer in the local IOTC union here, and he was on the board of directors. And so he was able to help people get into the union and to get onto productions. And so that's the kind of work that we did in the 70s and 80s and 90s. But Jim had a vision beyond that of just training and getting people jobs. He wanted to develop a film community. So he established a production company that helped graduates produce their own films. And we had a lot of pushback about it because we were nonprofit and people didn't want us getting into that arena. However, it was the foundation for some of the work that we're doing today in terms of helping Black people and people of color tell their story, because it's important that we tell our story and not let other people tell it. And this Production Institute was just a real shot in the arm, because I was asked if I would develop this program, and it has just been amazing, the kinds of artists that we've helped on the South Side of Chicago.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
have to be a resident of the South Side of Chicago,
Mhm.
and they get all of the skill trainings on state-of-the-art equipment, sound. We have the best artists and technicians who come in and give their time to help our artists, and they collaborate. Oh, the collaboration is so wonderful. It's just made my heart feel so good because the group last year, they called themselves the Collectives, and the 2021 group called themselves the Cohorts.
Oh,
Yes,
oh.
yeah.
parts, yeah.
Yes, and they are just a special group because they're continuing to take this opportunity and move forward. And I hope that what will happen in the future, that they will continue, because we have an equipment access program where they can also get equipment. And I have to say that the Logan Arts Center and the Jonathan Logan Community Foundation supports this program, and and in fact they initiated the storytelling initiative, and we only I am the director of the Production Institute. And
Mhm.
this Production Institute is just marvelous. It's just been a shot in the arm for filmmakers on the South Side. And I'm just so proud of Debvorh and her group this year, because they did amazing work, and they did it in 10 weeks,
Yeah, we did.
meeting twice a
Wow.
week.
You know what? Truth be told, we did it in 2 weeks. The other 8 weeks were all instruction, and then we were scrambling to pull everything together. Everyone worked on each other's projects to make sure everyone got it done, and they were able to complete their work. I do have to give a special acknowledgement to Lionel Freeman, Brother Al, who did my
Yes.
soundtrack. Woo, woo, woo. It is slamming. And
Yeah.
not only that, but he was my director of photography. So he's the one that introduced me to doing that close-up shot, and which worked brilliantly in my piece. So, being able to receive the creativity of someone else in that collaboration, that it's not just all about you, is what makes the magic happen. And we learned that through this experience.
And the
Yes.
other thing that happened is I was able to pull a really great creative team together because Derek, Grace is an excellent instructor. He
Yes.
mentored and he just went through that, he just ignored any back talk and any any background noise and kept plugging in because he knew we had a deadline and we had to make it and we had to introduce this information and have them reach a several level of expertise so that they could work on their projects. So he and Keisha Chavers were just excellent. And of course, Elizabeth Myers from the university was also excellent in getting information to us and being available for the cohorts.
Yeah, the cohorts. And Ariana Garcia was another one that was out there, being really supportive of us all. But I do have to say to Derek in particular, because I've known Derek for years, he was hilarious. Not only was he just the lead instructor, and he was just relentless in the information that he would offer. But if you missed anything, his tagline is online. He had curated everything taught in class and made it available to us online. So if you missed it, get it online. Okay.
Okay. So now for us that are extremely jealous on this show at this particular point, is there an opportunity for people to join the program? Is there opportunities for maybe future filmmakers? Ms. Margaret, we are just so impressed. We're honored to have you here this evening.
Thank you.
And I want to put this dig in, Ms. Margaret. Good black does not crack. You look amazing. So yeah, good black does not crack. You look amazing.
Thank you.
But now I'm begging. How do we? Is there a future for future filmmakers? Renee, I'm sure that's your question too. Yes.
Well,
Absolutely.
basically, the Production Institute is open to Southside filmmakers, and you have to complete an application, and you have to attend 4 film aesthetic classes. And then your applications are reviewed. And each year, the pool of people that apply is getting very tougher and tougher because now people realize it. And it's such a gift. The Logan Center has provided, and the Jonathan Logan Family Foundation have provided such a gift to the South Side to be able to really share these kinds of stories. But hopefully we will start our outreach in January. And I know that we will be, if anyone wants to become involved, they can go to our website.
That's all right.
At cfwchicago.org. And we will, they can register. We will put them on our mailing list, and we will be sending out notices about when the application will be due. And I have to say, those that Pamon Rami and Sergio Sims were our film critics and instructors for the film aesthetics class, and they are excellent. They brought so much knowledge and talent, and even people that didn't were not intending to apply came for the film aesthetics, and we had so much dialogue. And it's a series that we plan to make part of our program.
Mm-hmm.
So let me add to that one quick second, because to give you the value and the richness of that experience, people who actually went to film school, so they learned more in this 10-week period and got golden nuggets of information from the instructors that they never got in those other programs that were like major degree programs. So, that's the richness of the quality of the material that you get in this program.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just want to say this, your film, just, for you calling me on the fly, saying, come over, from, me sitting there working with you to what I saw in your work, as well as all the other filmmakers, really film festival worthy work is what you all have presented. And I wish and hope that you guys do present your work to much higher levels, because it's just really incredible. And thank
Well,
you.
a lot of them have already applied for festivals.
Good.
And people from 2019 and 20 have screened their pieces in festivals around this nation. So the other step is that I founded a program with Cartemquin Film, which is called Diverse Voices in Docs, and it's for the next level filmmaker. To really be able to move to the next levels where they learn pitching and marketing and fundraising and how to do budgets and write proposals so that they can take their project to the next level. Because, you know, a filmmaker it's a business and it's an art form. And so you have to know it all and know it both to move forward.
Wow, this has been incredible.
Debvorh brought so much with her experience to the project. So it was just, and that was another thing about having a variety of people from different backgrounds. They all had so much expertise, and they were able to help each other. And that was just wonderful seeing that type of collaboration.
Wow, just beautiful. Okay, Renee, before we have to run, I know you always have something special you want to ask our guests.
Okay.
Always get a closing word from them. Go right ahead, my dear.
I just feel like I'm in royalty, filmmaker royalty, but I want to ask both of you ladies, who inspires you to be the best that you can be?
Wow.
I'm going to answer that first.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have to say my husband, simply because I have a master's degree, and I came to Chicago to get a master's degree in social work from the University of Chicago. So I met my husband the second day I was here.
Wow.
And when he started the workshop in 71, we didn't get married until 1973. But he was the one that led me into photography. First, it was still photography. And when the workshop opened, I went through the first program to be able to use video with the students that I was working with in the public schools. And so from that, I worked on the board. I did other things. I became an advocate for the field. And eventually I became the executive director in 94. So it's been a progression. And so he's been my tough taskmaster in terms of keeping me in this field. And I have tried my best to uphold his legacy of the work that he did, because we sacrificed a lot to do this, because we knew this day would come. We didn't know it would take 50 years.
Wow.
But no, it's the same thing that people are doing today, trying to get Blacks into the media. We did in 1971. And the reason was because of the racism, the nepotism, and the not wanting us to do our stories. And that's the bottom line. So now the industry and the city and the state is developing training programs to get people into the, because there's so much money coming into Chicago. And not only that, in order to get the tax credit, they do have to have a diversity on their sets. So there are more opportunities now for people to get into the film industry. However, I'm not so interested in getting in the film industry as I am of us telling our stories, because that's where we're going to make the biggest change, when we start telling our stories and when we stop looking to Hollywood to do what we need to do for ourselves.
Amen.
You know, people all over the world are replicating things that Black people do, and they want to know about us. And we have to change this image that has been portrayed of us all over the world, because they tell what's what they think will draw dollars and keep them with their ratings up. And it's not about the stories that most of us live, you know. And so we have to tell those stories.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Margaret, we definitely want to have you back again. There's a couple of things I would love to talk to you about. You really
Okay.
are a wealth of knowledge, and we really appreciate you.
Thank
Madam Crable, darling, who
Yes,
inspires
yes.
you? Who inspires
You
you,
know,
my love?
the reason why I had a major hiccup because I'm inside of some learning right now where your inspiration is to be better than the person you were yesterday. So, and that takes in a lot. But I'm going to stick with the theme of generations that Margaret has introduced here. I am truly inspired by my 20-year-old nephew. If you think what I did was good, he just sent me a video where he went to Utah, he went to Washington State and Alaska to get scenes, just to videotape scenes to introduce a course that he's going to be teaching online. We're talking about drone shots. He's underwater. He's in the water. It was unbelievable. So I am inspired by the next generation coming up because they got fire under my heels. And they remind me of how important it is for us to live into our moments of greatness and excellence every day because they're watching what we are doing.
you. Yes.
Amen.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, ladies,
Amen.
I love you both.
Amen.
This needs to be on the Oprah Network tonight. This was a master
Hello.
class. I am not worthy of the royalty that we have here on the show this evening. A lot of great comments and feedback. Thank you, Susan, for your comment. We appreciate you so much. Susan said amen to everything you guys have said, ladies.
Oh, hey, Susan.
Yep.
Bye.
Derek said, great show. Thank you so much, Derek. Derek also subscribed to the show. Debbie Green says, from one great person to another, calling another. Sankofa, the comments are steady coming in, and we really appreciate you ladies tonight so much. We'll definitely have you both back. Crable, we got some things to do. Miss Margaret, I'll be in touch with you because
Okay.
if I don't make it in the film industry, I at least want to come and be a intern, a student. I want to learn whatever it is you and your husband have to offer. I want to learn whatever it is. It
All
might
right.
start with me cleaning the garage out, but that's okay. I want to come learn. Yes.
We're
All
doing
right.
the Kentucky Derby.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. My horse and my big hat, my thoroughbred and my big hat. I love you both so much, ladies.
Thank
Have a
you so
wonderful
much.
night.
Thank
God
you so
bless.
much. Thank
Thank you. Big round of applause for the ladies. That was incredible.
Bye.
Boy, that was incredible. Good
Oh my
night.
goodness.
That was amazing. Wasn't that good?
Oh goodness. Got
I
me.
know. I'm exhausted. I need a break, but we do have other guests that'll be joining us in just a moment. Two child stars, twins. We are very excited to welcome them to the show. They'll be logging in just a minute. The Kinsman brothers will be joining us to talk about their wonderful career and how things have changed for them over the years. And we're looking forward to that. That was really a master class. I mean, Miss Margaret just, oh my God, I love her to no end. So that was just incredible. It really is. For those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show, Monday through Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Facebook, YouTube. We're on 6 different platforms. Because of the Facebook outage today, the show is delayed on certain pages. So this show will rebroadcast tomorrow evening. Because we have such great guests tonight, this show will broadcast tomorrow evening, and then we'll be back live on Wednesday to chit chat with you guys about all the latest gossip and entertainment and guests and all that great stuff. All right. Kay Renee, are you doing okay so far? We've had a busy show so far this evening.
Oh my goodness. I'm just kind of taken back of the knowledge that was just imparted upon us with
Yes.
Queen Margaret, not Miss Margaret, Queen Margaret.
Yes.
And
yes.
Queen Debvorah. So I'm just really just humbled. Very humbled.
Yes. Very good. All right. Well, our next 2 guests this evening, they are former child actors. They are Brent and Shane Kinsman. The famed child stars got their first role. Now get this, along Steve Martin and Hilary Duff in the family favorite, Cheaper by the Dozens. I remember the movie. I remember the twins. And guess what? Those twins are here with us tonight. But these twins also have had more success. They also were featured on Desperate Housewives. The amazing thing is we saw them, I think, when they were 4 or 5 years old. They're now 23, well balanced, unlike your other child stars that we've interviewed and talked to on the show that we were like, what was that train wreck we just talked to? Honey, what was that? Right. No, these two young men live a well-rounded life. We're honored to have them here tonight with us. Please welcome Brent. Well, actually, they're sitting in order for us tonight. Shane and Brent Kinsman. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
That was a very flattering intro.
Yeah, we're honored. Really? Well, come on now. My goodness. Now, listen, we've got to compliment you both. The smiles are exact. I mean, everything is exact. It's amazing to see you both. Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, the smiles are the same. Sometimes I get confused as to like who's who. I got to check what shirt I'm wearing.
Really? That's amazing. So I've got to ask the question before we even get into the interview. Most twins end up playing some type of joke or trick. Was there one particular thing that you two used to do, and you might still do it now? I don't know, but is there something that makes your twinhood more famous for this prank that you do?
I mean, there wasn't like one prank that was our signature prank, if that's what you're asking. I mean, we messed around and definitely used it to our advantage for sure. And we did it a couple times in classrooms when we were younger.
All the time.
I mean, yeah. And I remember one instance, we were probably, 4 or 5 years old. Our mom took us to the bank and we walked in. She was speaking to the teller and we ran around the corner and actually found an empty desk and crawled under it, switched clothes, and came out to see if she could spot the difference, which she did because, she's mom.
She's mom.
So
right.
We didn't fool her. But yeah, I mean, whenever we could, we pull that kind of stuff all the time.
And I bet you guys got twice the spankings too for that. Okay?
Oh, you bet. Let's just say mom's arm got tired. Let's just put
That's right.
Oh, it's so wonderful to see you both. As I think back on seeing you in the film for the first time, as we all know, time and things change. Why don't you introduce the audience by telling them how you both got discovered? If I'm not mistaken, it was at a baseball game, correct?
Yeah,
indeed.
It's very much responsible for why we're diehard Dodger fans. So when we were, we would have been 4 at the time, super young. We went to a Dodger game as a family, and you know how they have like the big screen that you can get on when the dance cam and everything. So during that game, Brent and I had the foam fingers and the blue hair and just the whole attraction.
The energy. It's hard to miss little two fireball redheaded twins.
Yeah. So we had the energy going that night, and we must have been on maybe the second level because we kept running up to the railing and saying hi to the camera, and the camera all night was just on us. We were probably on the big screen 4 or 5 times that night, and we were just being kids and loving it and just loving the attention and everything. And just happenstantially, there happened to be a talent agent sitting a couple rows behind my dad from AKA Talent Agency. And he approached my dad after the game, and he said, "Hey, have you ever thought about putting your kids in child acting? Obviously, the camera loves them. They have the energy, and everything would, kind of works out." And so, long story short, they got into contact. Our parents were really hesitant in the beginning to do it, but we just kind of as a family felt led towards that. And we booked our first role in a Tylenol commercial through them.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first thing we ever did. And we didn't even play twins.
Played one guy.
We played one guy. Yeah.
Wow, a Tylenol commercial. Who knew?
Yep.
And then what happened was, I mean, again, our parents, it wasn't the plan to go into acting and really even make it any sort of career. And so our agent at the time had reached out a little while later, telling us about the audition for Cheaper by the Dozen. And my mom said, "Sure, we'll just throw our names in the hat. It's a national casting call for a feature film. Why not?" And originally, Cheaper by the Dozen, if I'm not mistaken, was casting for girls. And then I think that changed later on. But anyways, we went in for the audition. We got the call back, a couple callbacks, and then our agent called us on our last callback on the drive home, I think it was, and said, "Hey, your children just got casted in a feature film, major motion picture," and that's just how it happened. We were blessed. It was a blessing.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. I could not agree more. I think that's the most wonderful thing. So now you got to work with just two incredible people, Steve Martin, Hilary Duff, along with your other cast members. When did you know you were famous? I mean, you were at such a young age then, but was it, maybe you were in the mall and got bombarded by a teenage girl? When did you know that you two were famous?
Probably just recently, honestly. I mean, it's an interesting question. Has an interesting answer because we were so young when we started, filming and doing that whole thing. That's kind of all we knew. Set was just part of the thing that we did as kids, and we just grew up going to events and spending time on set and doing PR, and we just loved the whole thing about it, and we were total extroverts as kids, and so we really didn't I don't think register with us the gravity of what we were actually doing until way later,
and we were so like he said, we were so young. You just kind of take life as it comes to you, and you don't have the perspective as a young man like that to put things into context. And so part of what he said was true. We kind of just and we kind of discovered layers actually later on in life. We look back in hindsight and go, wow, that was special. That was special, and it really had a positive impact on a really large group of people. So that's partly true.
And we still do. Mm-hmm. We still do discover that in layers. People tell us all the time, many, many years later, your movie had such an impact on us as kids or like growing up or whatever. And we still, I don't think, will ever realize the gravity of that impact that movie had on a generation, So, which is probably a good thing. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, right. No, I agree with you 100%. I kind of want to move into Desperate Housewives just a little bit because, again, different time period. You both much older. That I'm sure gave you quite a bit of fame and autonomy. How did that all work out for you all to end up on Desperate Housewives?
I mean, we started Desperate Housewives. We did the pilot in between the movies, and we were Lynette's kids, and so we weren't main characters, but we were regulars. And the show just, as picked up steam. People couldn't take their eyes off of Desperate Housewives for so long, internationally too. And so the show just caught momentum, and us along with it, and
we just went for a ride.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way to put it.
Yeah.
We went for a ride. And then, after 5 seasons, they did the whole jump ahead thing. And so obviously, they casted 2 other twins to play us 2 years in the future.
Right.
But we had a great ride. And it
was all from a blessing.
Yeah.
Our whole childhood careers all stemmed from a blessing. And we just felt like we were really led throughout our entire careers because it just happened so seamlessly. And we knew exactly when we needed to stop and kind of grow up as kids and step out of the entertainment industry for a while. We were totally blessed and totally led throughout the whole thing.
You know what? And that was, I'm sure, Kay Renee, that was your question next, because we are such a faith-based show. We do believe in showing the best in people. When your publicist pitched it, we were like, absolutely. Just to know that you did not fall into the traps of Hollywood. We all know the stories. We don't have to bring them back up. But Kay Renee, you always ask about that source of inspiration. I'm going to turn it over to you with our guest right now.
Well, first of all, it is wonderful to see actors being grounded and humbled. That's what I see in the two of you. So and let me just say a shout out to your parents, because it takes a village to raise a child. In your cases, children, twins. So a big shout out to mom, dad, grandma, if you have other siblings, uncles, aunts, because they helped rear you to be young, productive men. So first, give a shout out to that. And
absolutely,
again, besides Steve Martin, I mean, I know I would be not surprised if other people inspire the two of you to, because you're doing your thing, you're in the youth, your careers now, whether it's in acting, whatever hobbies that you guys decide to pursue.
Great
But
sportsmen, great sportsmen.
right? What inspires the two of you to really be the best that you can be?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, we're both staunch Christians. We love the Lord, and that's the main source of inspiration for both of us is our faith. It keeps us going. That can't be overstated. Also, like you had mentioned, our parents have been we were so blessed with amazing parents, and also with our cast and crew as we were going up through this industry, we were majorly protected. We always had an incredible group of people to work with, actors, crew members, directors, you name it, on Desperate, on Cheaper, on everything that we did. So we were looked after for sure. And we grew up, we also had, we kind of had the opportunity to have best of both worlds in the fact that we didn't just act and we didn't just go to set school. We also, when we weren't working, we had the ability to go to regular school and we made friends there and we played sports. And those friends that we made in elementary school, middle school, are still some of our best buddies today. And so we really we found ourselves in an incredibly special and unique opportunity in place where we could have the best of both. And so we just were looked after. We were extremely blessed. And
we also feel like because of our relationship with Christ, we have the eyes to see his movement in our lives since we were little kids. We're kind of starting to realize that now. And so what keeps us going and keeps us working hard and grounded and just ambitious is we want to succeed as much as possible so that we can give the glory to Christ, give it back to Christ. So, I mean, that's what gets us up in the morning. That's why we work. And that's where we get endless energy from, honest to God, because if it were just up to us, we couldn't do it. We couldn't handle it. So,
well, okay, guys, I'm going to say this. You open a church up, we coming. Okay, Renee, you're going to have to get some sweet potato pies, and we're going to get on the
plane.
I'm
going to have to bake some pies and send them to the Kinsman twins.
That's right, because that was beautiful. Amen. We all in. That was beautiful. What's next for you two? What is next? Because you both really attractive. Of course, you have acting under your belt like veterans at this particular point. And with the world now being so driven with social media, streaming services, I need something to come from you two. What's next?
That's the question, right?
Yeah, we have some things in the works for sure. We're writing a project right now. We've really only been pursuing acting again for less than a year. It's been a matter of months. We graduated college in 2020. Right into the infamous year. Yep. And so, thank you. And so there obviously wasn't a whole lot of work available as the entertainment industry, like many others, was completely shut down really until just the beginning of the summer. That's right. In the meantime, we've just been kind of investing in ourselves and working on ourselves and writing some things, creating some projects on our own time so that when the entertainment industry picks back up as it has, boom, we're ready to go. We're ready to go on auditions and also have some things that we're working on. So
along with tons of networking. The past year, we've done a ton of networking because it takes a really, really long time to establish your network and your team and your support system before you actually, monetize. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to, there's a certain level of systems that you have to go through. And a lot of that's making friends. It's networking. And so we've reestablished connections with old agents, our old publicists as well, and made tons of new connections. So that's what we've really been kind of swamped with, and we're so thankful for too. So like he said, alongside of that, we're writing something. We're also up for a feature film right now, and we're just going to see where we go from here.
Well, I tell you one thing, I feel it in my spirit. I think Kay Renee, I can tell it in her eyes. We both are very impressed. And we are going to claim some fame. On this show, we make you cousins. So you're
right.
So when you come to Chicago, when you come to Chicago, don't act like you don't know your cousins.
That's right.
We're going to take you, we're going to eat good food. We're going to have a good time. And just remember, you have two loving cousins on the south side of Chicago, okay?
But here's the point now. I know y'all Dodgers fans. I'm a White Sox girl. So you come to Chicago, you got to come to see the White Sox. That's the only thing.
But did you see the smirk on their face? Did you see the smirk? Look, the smirk. They were like,
we love a good baseball game, but we will be wearing blue.
I will not wear white.
I'm wearing blue.
I'm just saying, you come to Chicago, you got to be You gotta come to a White Sox game.
Yeah,
We'll
got
still
it.
love you though.
Yeah. Okay. We can agree to disagree.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Amen to
right.
that.
Gentlemen, you both are just amazing. I am following you on Instagram. It was so funny. I had planned on doing a lot of everything today, but everything went down today. But I am following you both. I look forward to. Is there a website for you two or anything?
Yeah.
Please tell the audience how we can become super fans, because you now have two cousins on the south side of Chicago. There you go.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah. Yeah. The best way to reach us is through Instagram. My handle is at Shane_Kinsman, and Brent's is Brent Kinsman 7. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
they are on Instagram. They are of that demographic, you guys. So look, I'm telling you, people, Instagram, TikTok, that's their way of communicating now.
That's right.
But we like, I see you on Facebook. No. They say it, do it, and that's why I have to keep up with them. But yes, we'll make sure we follow you both. You have an open invitation to come back at any time, and if you ever come to Chicago, well, we have a dining extravaganza and hanging out.
All right.
And I promise you it'll be hip and cool. It won't be, I'll stay out so we can hang and have a good time.
Well, we're
amazing.
We're old
We're here
souls.
for it.
We're
Yeah.
old souls, though. So we might have to keep up with you guys. Honestly.
Very good. Very good. Well, in closing, what do you want everybody to know? This has been just wonderful.
Honestly, just number one, love the Lord, because even in times of doubt, he pulls good out of. He can make any bad situation good, and that's our guiding light, and that's what we're using to move forward. It's the most powerful force. And also, just feel free to reach out to us on Instagram and talk and ask questions. We actually just made a Cameo profile, so we'll be doing Cameo shout outs to people as well, and reach some fans that way. And we're super reachable, and we love to talk to new people. So reach out and say hello, and let's talk and connect and grow.
Very good.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I'll be following the two of you. Just you wait, and
Yeah.
when you come to Chicago, you
Yeah.
got a homemade sweet potato pie waiting for you.
All right. Man, we're talking now. Let's go.
Baseball and sweet potato pie.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm buying my plane ticket tonight.
Oh, we'll see you. All right. Look, we appreciate you both so much. Thank you.
Yes.
It's just so beautiful to see well-balanced young men of faith, young men who are
Yes.
still doing the right thing. And now you have a whole slew of relatives that we are going to all say, when you get that, major film again, we're going to be like, yeah, that's cousin. Yeah. We appreciate you both. Stay centered in Christ. Be well. Oh, somebody said we're going to get you a peach cobbler. Look, they putting all
See,
kinds
there you
of
go.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys need to send us your dietary restrictions, because I'm telling
that's
you,
right.
We got a gluten thing.
Oh,
That's
true.
the thing. We have a gluten allergy.
Look, I'm
Anything
sure
else is fair game.
Okay, my followers
Gluten-free
will follow.
peach cobbler.
Yeah.
Gluten-free peach cobbler. We're all over it.
Okay, very good. Somebody said, do you think there would be a cheaper by the dozen 3? Do you think that possibly would happen?
We'd
We'd love to.
we'd love for that to happen. They're coming out. I don't know if you guys know this, but they're coming out with a remake of it, I think, on Disney Plus at some point in the near future. Back when we did I don't know if you guys saw, we did a TikTok reunion video last April, I think it was.
2020.
And of 2020. Went super viral. It was so much fun to reconnect with the old cast members. And we were hoping, maybe we might catch some steam with a third movie, or, we didn't know what was going to come out of that. But who knows?
Never say never.
Who knows? Never say never. I'll tell you this, we're here for it if it ever picks up steam.
Kyle and Nigel Baker still lives inside of us.
Yay, that's what we want to hear. Well,
Ready
Jim,
to
thank you
reprise.
so much. One of the viewers says she is on your gluten-free peach cobbler. I'm telling you,
Yes.
you look, you come to visit us, we got you covered. You're going to be like, man, our Southside cousins are so much fun. Yeah,
That's right.
yes.
We're gone. Honestly,
All
say
right.
less.
Very
Say less.
good.
No.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much.
All right.
God bless you. Anytime you want to come back, hang out with us, the platform is here for you.
Love to.
Just continue to do the best in this world, and we really appreciate you. You guys follow them on social media, Instagram. They're of that demographic, Shane and Brent, and the last name is Kinsman, and that's Kinsman. They're on there. They're superstars on there. So make sure you guys follow them. God bless, brothers. We appreciate you so much. And just know your Southside family got a barbecue waiting on you guys.
Gosh, man.
Oh,
Man, we
noted.
might be there sooner than you think.
All right.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. This was a blast. And
Thank you.
doing
God
what you're
bless
doing.
you. Thank you. We appreciate
Bye,
you. Have a
guys.
great night.
Take
Good
care.
night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Wow, wasn't that
Oh, my
amazing? That was
goodness,
so wonderful. They are
yes.
just so cool. Look, they got cousins on the south side of Chicago now.
They sure do.
Yay! Thank you
And-
so much. They were great. Really wonderful, wonderful young men. That was excellent. Boy, I'm tired. What a great show tonight. Yeah, this
Okay.
got to be a repeat. Look, this need to be a repeat all week.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Look, you're like, okay. Just so wonderful to talk to them tonight. That was great.
Yes.
And our other guests, Miss Margaret.
Yes. Queen
Devorah.
Margaret and Queen
Margaret.
Devorah. Yes. Queen
I want to talk
Margaret.
to Miss Margaret about just being married that long and
Yes.
trusting in your mate. We live in a world now where people don't, girl, they don't, right.
Hello.
With her
Hello.
husband. Right. What her husband said. She followed the guidelines. And I
Yes,
love
she
it.
did.
Yes.
She did. I love
All right.
it
What's
too.
your thoughts on tonight's show?
I'm just, I'm blessed and just humbled, and to see young actors, young child actors, really are just staunch in their faith. That's wonderful to see. And so, thank you, Chat Daddy. As always, I love you.
Oh, absolutely. Look, we have to get them some gluten-free peach cobbler and some sweet potato pie, and we have a good time. We'll show them the best of Chicago. We really will.
Hello. And they wouldn't leave.
I got a feeling we're getting ready to see them in some big things.
Oh, I believe that too.
Yeah,
because
we're getting ready to see them in some
their
big
steps
things.
their steps are ordered.
Yes, they are.
Your
Yes, they
steps
are.
are ordered. Anything and everything is possible.
Yes, such dynamic young men, and they were only 23 years old.
Okay, how about
You
that?
know what I'm saying? That they were
Okay.
23 years old talking that way, and that's a
Yes.
beautiful thing. It really is.
Yes.
Boy, Lord have mercy. All right, well, I guess we need a nugget of knowledge. We've had so many
Yes.
nuggets of knowledge tonight. All you can do is add the sauce to it.
Well,
That's
this
all.
is
That's right. We've had so
this-
many lovely nuggets this evening. All you need to do is put a little sauce on top of it. Go
Well,
right ahead.
Today is Motivational Monday, y'all, and here's the nugget. Be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. So again, this is Motivational Monday. Always strive for greatness.
Always strive for greatness. I love that. I do. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Be not dismayed in contentment. Always strive for greatness.
Amen to that.
Amen. All right. That's a great way to end that. For more information about Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge.com, please go check her out. Wonderful, wonderful information is shared on a daily basis. I'm sure she'll be back up and running on her social media platform. The one thing about us losing all this service today, there are a lot of people that's going to need therapy behind what happened today. We're
gonna need a therapist. You know what? See, this is when you get older and wiser. When things happen, ladies and gents, and trust and believe, snit does happen.
Right.
You let go, let God, and it takes it one day at a time. When I found out, and I had sent you an email, I said, well, seems like Facebook not gonna be on. Homegirl was rested. Because that's when body needs rest.
Right, yes. Well,
I don't worry about stuff like that.
Look, I know people that post what should they have for lunch and want people to respond back. I know people that will show you their meal that they're eating every day. I take photographs of food at restaurants because I'm reviewing and talking about the place.
Exactly.
I'm not getting ready to show you my bowl of oatmeal, yogurt, and my cup of coffee every morning or whatever the case may be. But there are people right now who are in need of counseling.
They are.
With Facebook not working today
They
and not working properly.
I mean, we're gonna need a therapist and a social worker up in here talking. I mean, and we're not being, all jokes aside, ladies and gents.
No.
That's serious.
Yes.
But that just tells you how isolated people have become, and they rely upon social media, which is, again, you can use social media for good or use it for bad. It's up to you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely
It's up
right.
to you.
You're absolutely right. Yes, it's just, I know people that are distraught. I'm like, look, Tink, it's going to be okay. I kept thinking it was my phone. I just kept rebooting and rebooting. And I said, oh my God. And finally, by 12 noon, they said Facebook had an outage. And I said, you know what? Let me put this phone back in my pocket. Because I never in a million years, because I got up this morning, did everything for the show as I normally would do at my early morning time. And, right.
I tell you, we're definitely, you're going to have to get that therapist come in to talk about that, because that's a serious issue. And it is isolating people. Yes.
Yeah, it
You're
is.
right, Miss Debbie.
It really is. It really is. We become,
Too
absolutely.
reliant.
Yep, absolutely. I have people who stalk me, and it's solely through social media. Oh, absolutely. And it's okay. It's cute. I get it. But yeah, absolutely. All right. Very good. Well, listen, we won't be on tomorrow night, but this show will rebroadcast tomorrow night at 7 p.m. sharp. I promise you that. I'll set it up that it rebroadcast tomorrow night at 7. This was an amazing show this evening. We appreciate all of our guests tonight. Thank you, Miss Margaret, Miss Debvorh. Thank you to the Kinsman twins. Absolutely just wonderful. Just all about lights, camera, action. How do you make it in this business? How do you not let this business tarnish you and make you not feel valid? This is a world now where people can become a superstar right in their own homes. And that's something that I'm going to talk more about on television, people building their brands through social media. So, yep. Because there are people who have become superstars during this pandemic.
They have.
I mean, I look at Tabitha.
But here's the key, though. But here's the key, though.
Yeah, what?
You have to have the mindset, because you can be a superstar and don't know how to handle it. So let's just do the full circle moment. In order to build your brand successfully, but also have the right mindset. Because once fame in your mind or even outside your mind appears, how are you going to handle it? That was one thing I was so impressed about Brent and Shane. They've been around fame throughout their whole lives, and they handle it with grace.
That's right. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And still have not forgotten the center of their creation, which is Christ-based. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought was really good. That's very, very good. Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. You're right about that. All right. Well, thank you, everybody who's joined us tonight. Susan, Debbie, Rick, Watika, Candace. Where is Miss Wamelda at tonight? I'm telling you, I bet you, because Facebook had an issue. Let me see. Where is she? She might check in. Carolyn, a lot of people who watch us.
Janet Crawford.
So much.
Yes.
Helena, thank you so much. Derek, we appreciate you. He's a new subscriber tonight to the show.
Tracy, thank you, Miss Tracy Harper.
Tracy, we appreciate you. Yep. What did Debbie say? Lots of people making social media money. Oh, absolutely. Yep. Who is this?
The Truman Show.
The Truman Show. Yes.
I remember that movie.
Yep, absolutely. All right, you guys. Tomorrow night will be a rebroadcast for tonight's show, because it really was an amazing show, and we knew that. When we come back on Wednesday night, we're gearing the entire show towards relationships. The entire evening is on relationship. We're gonna see if we can get you that 6'3" masseuse.
Chocolate or caramel, honey. Got that vanilla and vanilla not bad either. I'm an equal opportunity employer, but chocolate, vanilla, caramel.
You sure I can't send a lady over by the name of Ingrid? She's from Sweden. And Ingrid is just,
if she crack my back, I'm gonna crack her. How about that? Don't be cracking no backs.
Well, but see the back cracking you talking about, baby. Almost okay. Never mind. What you said? Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Is that what I'm subliminally hearing on this show tonight? Is mind your business? Is okay? I think that's what you said. I think that's where we're going with this. I think you saying say goodnight, Art. I think that's what you. Oh, Debbie, thank you. Great show. Thank you. We appreciate you. Here go Watika. Okay, right. And then here go Rick talking about Olga from Russia. Yes.
I don't want nobody from no Putin country. No, none of that. Nope. Nobody from Putin's country.
Before we go, have you seen the young man that's been giving massages to women on TikTok, or maybe even had the video? So he does very sensual massages, young guy. And a lot of the relationship pages have said, gentlemen, would you let your wife go get this type of massage? And when I say to you, he is massaging the hell out of women, but it is like you lay your body against him and you hold him and he massages up your back. And oh honey, if I find it, I'll send it to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord, have mercy. Jesus.
Yeah, because I need that in my life. Look, Debbie saw it. She know what I'm talking about. She know, right, because that's been the biggest talk on Black social media platforms. Like, dude, would you allow your wife to go get this type of massage? Somebody even said that's why so many of these women talking about they going to get a massage. Because this dude, this baby, you lock your arms around him and he kind of, oh, yes. Because massage is the hottest thing on earth to me now.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I told you.
I think we should say good night now. Look, I think we should say good night. On behalf of my wonderful the amazing Miss K. Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge, yours truly, Art Chat Daddy Sims. We thank you guys so much for being here with us tonight. Rebroadcast of tonight's show tomorrow night, back on Wednesday night with a fresh new show for you guys. We appreciate you so much. For more information about yours truly, please visit therealchatdaddy.com, therealchatdaddy.com. We'll be back on Wednesday night. We appreciate you all. Don't forget to 5-play. Oh, that's more than 4-play. Shut up. I love it. Play the Powerball, you all. Play the Powerball.
That's right. Don't y'all got 24 minutes. Play that Powerball. Play the numbers because you never know. You got to play to win.
Numbers. All right. We love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. We appreciate you all. We'll see you on Wednesday night. Be beautiful, people. Bye.
Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show.